So, Resident Evil 9. In contrast to other entries in the series, Capcom have decided to take the two best parts of the series gameplay-wise and combine it into a single game. With Leon, you get the faster-paced, action-focused gameplay, and Grace gives you the slower-paced, survival horror-focused gameplay. Leon's gameplay was my favorite part of the game. The guns are very satisfying to use, and Leon's choreography is much more violent, putting more emphasis on his older, edgier nature.
Get Brentwood locked down.
The ore farming from him is also just top tier. The only complaint I have about his sections is that they felt too short in the first half of the game. Grace's, on the other hand, was alright. Grace herself is a decently written character. She's believable in the circumstances she's in, and I like how she's one of the more grounded female protagonists in the series, kind of like Ashley in RE4. Some horror sections with her are terrifying, like the section in the hospital with the blind monster. That section is probably the best highlight of Grace's gameplay sections. Unfortunately, I enjoyed those parts of the game less. After the hospital with the blind monster, you're thrown into a bigger section of the game where you have to gather 3 items to progress further. Once you know the rules of the game and the enemies, the horror part of it kind of dwindles. I played on standard classic difficulty, which means you have limited saves that are drip fed to you by the levels in the game. It was certainly more challenging and I did like that, but the horror elements didn't really hit as hard further into the game. So eventually, playing as Grace meant I had to do tedious fetch quests, which wasn't as enjoyable as it was with Leon, since you are much more focused on survival with Grace. Overall though, I enjoyed this game a lot. The story isn't groundbreaking, but it's entertaining to engage with, as Resident Evil stories always are. I love to see Leon in a brand new RE game, and his Unk status works well for him. Grace is a great protagonist to play as, although I wish we got more context as to why she is an FBI analyst in the first place. Otherwise, a pretty solid 8.5 out of 10 for me.